Welcome back. This is our second video in this series.
We are in the Yacht Club pool.
On the Yacht Club pool deck on MSC Meraviglia.
Yeah, we're not in the pool.
Not in the pool. So last video, we showed you kind of the beginner's guide to the Yacht Club. We showed you all the spaces and everything that MSC advertises you get.
But we had some ideas about what the Yacht Club was, and boy, were they wrong.
Yeah.
The Yacht Club is not what you think it is.
What did you think it was before we got on?
I thought it was a stuffy place that was very stiff and uncomfortable.
Very formal, maybe?
Lots of people in suits, all snooty, not a lot to do.
Right.
And pretty, like a pretty small little area.
Yeah, and like the food is all gonna be like really like caviar, upscale,
Exactly.
stuff like that.
That's what we thought.
Well, and here is the picture that they advertise the Yacht Club. You see here, this looks like a butler standing there, holding the door for you.
Ready to get your pony, get your saddle on your pony so that you can go out and do your fox hunt. That's what he looks like to me.
That's what he does look like. So let's go ahead and first start. I'm going to tell you kind of quickly how we got the Yacht Club. We booked months ago. We booked a balcony cabin here. We thought because it went out of New York, it might be fun to do a balcony. Is if you've seen any of our previous videos, we tend to get inside cabins. We like the darkness and we like that they're cheap. But the balcony cabin was a little over, it was like $549 or, so it was not expensive at all for a balcony. So about 2 months prior to departure, we got an email that we could bid to upgrade our room. Now I kind of didn't really take it too seriously because to get a deluxe balcony suite was over $1,000 per person. That's too much money for us. But at the very, 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 very bottom, there was a Yacht Club interior suite. And it ranged right around $350 to $500 to upgrade. So we kind of talked about it and we said, well, we'll try it. You never know. And so we put our upgrade bid in at $405.
You went just above half.
Just above half. And then we didn't hear anything, right? So we're planning the videos. We put a lot of planning into what we were gonna do. We're just gonna plan on not getting the upgrade. That's a better way to plan, right?
Yep.
We have all these videos, all these ideas. 2 weeks out, I started thinking about it and I'm like, $405 is too much to spend for Yacht Club. I'm dropping that to $400 per person. I don't even think I told Chris.
No, you didn't tell
I don't
me
need that extra $5. So I'm dropping it to $400. If they're not gonna give it to me for $400, we don't need it. 10 days prior, get an email that says, congratulations, your bid was accepted. How freaking excited were we?
I didn't. I was
We were planning on it.
Yeah, I didn't think I would get that excited. I mean, I thought it would be fun, but when we actually got the email, I was like,
and then we actually started like looking into everything and got really excited. And we tried to watch videos to find videos. We didn't find a lot.
there is some. There's some.
So that's why kind of in some of these videos, we're kind of wanting to give you a bunch of information, because if you decide to either book MSC Yacht Club or if you bid for it, we kind of want you to know what you're getting into. In essence, we paid for this cruise just a little over $1,000 per person.
And because there weren't that many videos out there, we didn't really know what to expect of the Yacht Club.
Exactly.
Because it's called the Yacht Club, we kind of assumed that it was very stiff, formal, and snooty. But I can tell you that it's called the Yacht Club because it feels like you're on your own private yacht.
Own private yacht. In your huge section of the ship, we have from decks 14 to 19 the entire front of the ship.
Not only do you have your room, which is bigger than normal rooms in the back, obviously. You have your own lounge.
Yep.
Your own bar.
Yep.
You have your own buffet.
2 bars, actually.
You have your own pool.
Yep.
You have your own yacht club.
Yeah, of course you have your own yacht club. Your own whirlpool. Hot tub.
Your own hot tub.
Hot tub.
You have a massive space up front with loungers galore. You will, even if the yacht club is full, which it is,
it's
almost
full, but it doesn't feel like it at all.
You're not going to have to fight for space. Any time of day you want to lounge, there's a lounger for you. Any time of day you want to sit in a restaurant, well, as long as it's open, there's a table for you. Any time of day you want to drink, there's somebody willing to go get you a drink, or you can just walk right up and ask for it.
And they don't even have like a cash register or like point of sale terminals here, because your drink package pretty much covers everything unless you get like a bottle of wine. So you're never like paying for everything. They're just constantly pouring you. Let me bring you a drink. Let me bring you a drink.
Exactly.
Your own concierge.
Your own concierge.
Your own butler.
Yeah, so that was another, you kind of touched a little bit on it, misconception that we had, because we thought the butler was going to be kind of an awkward situation, like...
Very,
I mean, obviously we don't have butlers at home. Is it going to be like, yes, sir. Yes, I will shine your shoes. You need your pants pressed. Okay.
We're not formal people. We are very relaxed, very that was that was little, not a concern, but maybe kind of.
It was a little bit. How awkward is it going to be when we try to figure out how to interact with the butler? I tell you what, the butler is more like the third person in your room.
So here it is. You have a butler and an assistant butler, and they take care of probably about 8 to 10 rooms. So they have like half the amount of rooms that regular room stewards have outside of Yacht Club. The assistant butler is pretty much the room attendant, right? Takes care of everything inside the room, making up your room, restocking, all of that. And then your butler, Rodalyn, is our butler. She's the nicest person in the world. She takes care of anything and everything else. So she'll take care of our mini bar. She'll make sure that anything that we've requested is in our room. You have to tell her. You were on the balcony one day.
Yeah, what I mean by she's the third person in the room. I was just on the balcony enjoying the ocean as I do. I went inside, I think, to grab my glasses or something like that. And she was just in there checking our mini bar. She's like, "Oh, hello, Chris. I was just making sure your mini bar is in." Like, she didn't bother me. She just came in, made sure I was ready, and then she was just gonna leave. Just in the background, she is there.
Yep.
Like the first day, she just kept kind of coming in, like, bringing, here's your, oh, you wanted some more water? And she just came in with the water and put it in there. So if you put the do not disturb sign up, they won't come in your room.
She's not obtrusive. Is that a word? Intrusive?
Intrusive?
She's not that at all. I mentioned that I like rum instead of vodka, and she says, well, I can't bring you a whole bottle, but she has a cup this big of Bacardi rum. I finally got through it, right? Like, okay, I finally finished it, and then she fills it up again. So every single night, I got this full. What am I supposed to do with that much rum?
16-ounce cup of rum.
I mentioned in passing that I like it, and so she's made sure that it's always been in the room. I think that was our biggest surprise is kind of room steward, but kind of not, you know?
Just it feels like to me, like your friend is just there, but your friend is taking care of you.
Yeah, and then
because we see her all over the ship, and we have wonderful conversations about life, not about stuff we need or anything like that. Just everyday life.
We love it because she takes care of us no matter what.
Okay, so we want to move on to our next misconception.
What was
something that we really weren't too sure about, and that is how would the other passengers be? Since we don't book Yacht Club, we weren't sure if it was going to be just, like I said, snooty at the beginning. Everybody's kind of, are you wearing shorts here? I would say that 95% of everybody in the Yacht Club is just like everybody outside the Yacht Club. I will mention that there are a couple of people that snooty.
But there's plenty of room, so it's not something you have to...
We put them in their snooty corner, give them some champagne and caviar, and then we go have fun.
Exactly. So you're going to find,
It's a huge variety up here.
It really is. There's some people that got, they did the bid upgrade like us. Some people just paid the full price. So, there's totally a mixture. And
there's older folks, there's younger couples, there's kids.
I was going to say, the Yacht Club is not adults only, but all the kids that are here, oh my goodness, they're adorable and they're very well behaved. So that may not happen on every cruise, but...
And I think that kind of is everything kind of separates this. I was going to compare it a little bit to other cruise lines, like the Haven.
Yeah, NCL has the
NCL.
Haven. Yeah.
That tends to be more just older folks in those. And I think in Yacht Club, it's a bigger variety.
It is a big variety,
There's families and kids, and
exactly,
because they can always. One of the nice things.
I know this is my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite part of Yacht Club, but something I think that people who just stay in Yacht Club miss out on.
Yeah, and that was another misconception that we had is how do the two halves of the ship intersect?
Right.
There's the Yacht Club part and then the regular part. Well, you know what? If you're in the Yacht Club,
you just walk out those doors and you have access to the entire ship.
Exactly. Anything and everything that you want to take part in, you can go do. And then come right back if you want. Or you could go spend the entire day out in the other part of the ship.
Yep.
And then come on back for your chocolates waiting for you in your room.
Here is a great example of what our night was like experiencing both Yacht Club and the rest of the Meraviglia during party time. Push and shove, Chris. Push and shove.
I'm gonna take the tongs and tap, and if I hear echo from the bread, I'm not getting on.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
They're too crunchy. So this is a super random thought. I have no idea where Chris is gonna put it in, but we're sitting here in the buffet, playing some cards, just enjoying being around everybody. And all of a sudden I saw a big bowl of grapes. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen grapes on the buffet. And Chris is like, you want me to go? And I'm like, yeah. So he goes and he gets me some. And I realize there's a line of like 20 people after him. The grapes are the most unpopular thing on this. They're completely gone now. It wasn't even 3 minutes that those grapes were on the gone. But more important than that, look what Chris found.
Look.
It's a hot dog.
And it's a soft bun.
Let me feel it. Yep. Here is my addendum to the grape story. We see behind us this cart rolling full of bowls of grapes. And it's attracting a line. The guy's like, oh, where are those grapes going? So now she's having to put out more grapes and the line is already forming. And this whole grape story, it keeps evolving. Chris even has an addendum.
I already had somebody offer me $12 for these grapes right here.
All right, guys, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. They're all gone. There were 4 huge of these bowls overflowing with grapes. There you go. That's the way to do it.
It's okay.
No, I got some already. Go ahead. Go ahead and take the whole thing.
It's so fun.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you, Minnie.
This is addendum number 3. The woman in red who got the last little bit of grapes came by laughing because she saw me filming and introduced herself as Amy. So Amy, good for you. Chris says that no other fruit needs to be ordered or it needs to be on the daily planner, that grapes are coming out at 8 o'clock at night.
People will skip the shows. They will skip everything to get to the grapes. Never seen her run on fruit before.
See? Empty. No grapes there. Nobody wants to be at the salad bar.
Not one single person over there right now.
Nope. Nope.
You put the grapes out, the entire buffet of people go over to that.
We came for pizza.
I got bananas.
Pizza. How'd you get bananas?
Head chef walking by had a handful of bananas. I said hello. He said, bananas are good for you. And gave me half his bananas.
All right, We're back.
So, yeah, as you can see, the contrast is striking.
Yes.
It was almost in my head a game to go into the other part, especially like the buffet.
Yeah.
And just kind of push and shove to get to pizza. That was fun.
Well, I mean, yes, with the food, the pizza. But like they had some really fun parties like the silent disco, the glow party, the white party. So if you just stay in Yacht Club, which you certainly can, I feel that you miss out though on some of the fun that MSC brings because they do those parties really good.
I just want to mention that they do have entertainment in the Yacht Club. They do have piano players in the thing. And they're just starting. We just talked to the Yacht Club director, Alan. They are starting to bring in other entertainers. So they had booked a Brazilian singer for the main shows, and he actually brought her in last night to sing in the Yacht Club. He also has plans to do that with the comedians. So the comedians will do shows for the main part and then come do a more intimate show just for the yacht.
How cool would that be? So they're very aware of trying to make this just an amazing experience. That touches every single part, right? Touches everything from your room to how you deal with, your butlers, to everyone, the cooks and the, bar staff that are up here.
So let's get into some of the.
Agreed with that.
I do. Let's get into some of the. Did you want to say anything else?
No.
Let's get into some of the stranger misconceptions about this ship. I was under the impression. Now this doesn't necessarily just apply to Yacht Club in this first one.
Okay.
I was under the impression that the ship is one. That it's just one one ship. It's just a ship that goes through the ocean.
But apparently.
We were talking to one of the servers, and evidently there is a feature in the Meraviglia that if there's a fire in part of the ship is able to split in half, and the part that's on fire floats away, and the other part...
Everyone gets on the other part.
Everybody gets on the other part. That goes somewhere else.
This was lost in translation. This doesn't actually happen.
I don't know. She had me convinced that this actually happens.
Very specific about that the ship separates and everyone's safe on the other side.
In my brain, if the starboard side is on fire and everybody goes to the port side and then it splits,
everything just
the starboard side will float away and burn up and sink. And then the port side will float away and then fall over.
And everyone.
That's what I would think that would happen. But I don't know. I could be very wrong about that.
That was so funny. I don't know how we want to put this, but what's an interesting thing is there's no pizza in the Yacht Club.
Well, there's no pizza.
With one exception.
Yeah.
But like on the buffet.
On the buffet, there's no pizza.
There's only one way to get pizza, and that is a whole pizza through in-room dining.
You order it. You order it however you want.
So if you just feel like a slice of pizza, you have to leave and go to the main buffet to get it. I thought that was interesting.
It is. Like I said, it was like an extra I didn't have to pay for a shore excursion.
To go get pizza?
To go get pizza. I just go down there and battle.
That's right.
Battle my way to the pizza section. It wasn't that bad at all.
Another thing is they keep it pristinely clean. The tables in the top sail lounge.
They aren't wiped down.
No.
They are
2 steps.
Vacuumed. So they don't just wipe the crumbs off. They vacuum the crumbs.
They have a little mini vacuum they take around.
And then they squeegee the tabletops.
Yeah.
They don't spray anything and wipe it. They have a little squeegee. They clean it.
Yep.
Like a windshield on your car. And then squeegee.
Oh, well, let's say one other thing is these Yacht Club wristbands. I think they advertise them to be a little bit more than they are, right?
Well, that was our last. Is this our last misconception?
I think so.
The last thing that we kind of were wondering about, because we'd been on Princess, where they give you little wristbands or a little medallion. And it does everything. It knows where you are on the ship. No, it doesn't track you, but it knows where you are. So if you walk up to...
It has RFID in it.
Yeah. If you walk up to a restaurant, they know you're there for your reservation. You can unlock your room. You can pay for anything at all on the ship.
That might be like where they might be going with it. I'm not sure, but these definitely are not like that. We use it mainly as kind of like identification, and it opens the door into the yacht club. It opens the door to your room. But we find that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty much just like a key you wear on your wrist.
Well, if you go to a bar outside the yacht club, you certainly can still pay with these, except their reader is typically it's wired to their register, which means either you have to walk to their register to pay. It doesn't make it as convenient, so we end up just bringing our card with us.
Just keep that in mind, that it's not really, if you've been on Princess and experienced their medallion,
it's not really
not a medallion, it's not that same experience.
Yeah.
At least not yet. We don't know where they're planning on taking their
technology.
Yeah.
We're sitting out here on the sun deck now looking at everybody eating a delicious lunch. The food is so good.
And we haven't had lunch yet.
We haven't had lunch yet. Is there
so we're
anything
going to
else?
go do that.
Yeah.
You know what? Those are some of the misconceptions. Just remember, this ship splits in half. Make sure you're on the half with everybody else when it does.
All right, I think that's it. If you have not already, please subscribe. We have an entire week on the Yacht Club. We have so many videos to show you, so many fun things.
Yep.
All right, thank you so much for watching, commenting and liking, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.